All right, shalom to the elect. I want to start by giving all the praises, honor, and glory to whom it rightfully belongs, which is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father. Bahashem means in the name. Yahweh Shai is the true name of the Messiah. Bahashem means in the name, and Rachakwadash means Holy Spirit. Rachal means spirit, and Kwadash means holy. So I said all the praises, honor, and glory belongs to Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, in the name of the Holy Spirit. And Yahweh and Yahweh Shai are not so-called white men, they are so-called black men. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. My name is Ashiarba, right? And this, is going into the dietary law, all right, that us Hebrew Israelites have, man. All right. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, all right, he's given us a law, all right, on what we can and can't eat. Okay, and the law still stands. Listen to these Christians saying you can eat anything because they don't understand the scriptures. All right, but the law, statutes, and commandments are still true. And in the future, all right, the heathen nations, they're going to be following the law, statutes, and commandments. All right, and they're not going to be eating all types of abominable foods. All right, but I want to go into this. All right, Leviticus the 11th chapter. All right, it's always good to go over the milk again. I had to go over it again. All right. Before making the video. But, it's good to go over it, man. Good to go over the milk. All right. So it's Leviticus the 11th, and by Leviticus the 11th chapter, right? And I said dietary law, and the word diet, all right, brothers, brought out diet. All right, getting right to the point. It says prescribed way of life. All right. It says from right here, says from Latin dieta, prescribed way of life, from Greek dieta, originally way of life, regimen, dwelling, so it says lead one's life. So a diet is, the way you live. Okay, so this is how we live. Being a Hebrew Israelite is not, it's not like a club. Okay. First you have a Hebrew Israelite is, not to ramble too much about it, but real quick, a Hebrew Israelite is, you have to be a Hebrew Israelite. You can't just convert into being a Hebrew Israelite, Even those are people that don't understand that they're Israelites, they're still Hebrew Israelites. All right. Just like how the sky is blue, the grass is green. All right. Or, a Moabite is a Moabite, an Edomite is an Edomite, a Hamite is a Hamite. All right. Where are the Hebrew Israelites? Whether, you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Latinos, Native American, and Seminole Indians. All right. We are the true Hebrew Israelites. All right. And these scriptures, all right, the law, statutes, and commandments, the scriptures, all right, is our diet. All right. And with Leviticus 11th chapter, even so more further focusing on to diet. This is the way we live. We don't eat certain foods. We're not supposed to be eating certain foods. All right. Now there are foods that you can eat. You see. Don't look at this as a restriction. I mean, what you are restricted, because you can't eat certain things. But, you gotta understand, man. Certain things ain't supposed to be eaten. And Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai knows best. All right. So Leviticus 11:1. And Yahweh spake unto Moses and to Aaron, saying unto them, speak unto the children of Israel. See, because the law, statutes, and commandments were given to the children of Israel. Real quick. The book of Psalms 149. No, Slakia. Psalms chapter 147, verses 19 and 20. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. See? And let's look at these words, statutes. Strong's H, which stands for Hebrew 2706, and it says chak. It's a statute, ordinance, limit. All right. And see, it says law in general. So a law, judgments, mashapat, judgment, justice, ordinance. So a law. Okay. He shows his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. The Lord gave the laws, statutes, and commandments to the Israelites. He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And that's something to look out for. That's something to also note when you read it in the law. It says, "Speak unto the children of Israel," showing the law, statutes, and commandments are given to the Israelites. But Leviticus 11:2, "Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, These are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth." See, so the Lord gave us animals on the earth, on the land that we can eat. All right, and the Lord is specific, man. Okay, and see with the laws, the thing is, there's no cutting corners. Okay, there's no cutting corners saying, okay, well, don't say you can do this, that. You're gonna find out, all right, as we read. But it says, "These are the beasts which ye shall eat among the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat." All right, and cloven foot. All right, cloven foot. All right, it says, "The divided hoof or foot of ruminants such as cattle, sheep, goats, and deer." All right, a cloven foot, cloven hoof, same thing. All right, a cloven foot, cloven hoof. This is a cloven foot. Okay, so animal has to have this as well as chew the cud. So you have to have both. Okay, people, you can also try to say these are cloven feet, but the scriptures tell us which we can eat. All right, but let me get back. Leviticus 11:3. So it has to be cloven-footed and chew the cud. All right, it says, "Among the beasts that shall ye eat." Verse 4, "Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel." Because, all right, so let me read it again. Salakia. Leviticus 11:4, "Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof. He is unclean unto you." So you're not supposed to eat a camel, okay? I believe I seen some Arabs out there, some Ishmaelites, they were eating the damn camels, man. You ain't supposed to eat no camel, all right? Verse 5. It says he chews the cud, but he doesn't divide the hoof, all right? You look at a camel's hoof, and I don't have to go into each and every one, all right? But a camel hoof, all right? And, somebody will say, well, but it looks like the hoof is split in two. But if you wanted to say that, look at the bottom side of the hoof. It's not even really, cloven-footed, man. And then also, too, the scripture just told you can't eat the camel. So what you trying to eat a camel for? Verse 5, "See, there's no cutting corners." Verse 5, "And the coney, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you." And the coney, all right, is the rock badger. It says shapun. See, rock badger, all right? Showing different, so you can have an image in your head of these different animals and things, all right? The thing is, man, see, this is a rock badger. All right, the thing is, you ain't supposed to be eating this shit, all right? Everything is meant to be eaten, all right? But, Jake, in the world, they don't understand that these laws, statutes, and commandments, they have, they have, man, they protect you from things, man, They protect you from certain sicknesses. You out here eating a damn rock badger, ain't supposed to eat this shit, all right? And yeah, I'm saying it raw is just, it's because you're not supposed to, all right? Why would you want to eat this, man? You see, people get certain sicknesses off of eating certain animals and things. All right, this is why the scriptures say this in Isaiah, the 55th chapter, starting verse 8 through verse 9. "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith Yahweh. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." All right. Somebody may not understand. Well, what's the point? It ain't gonna do nothing to you. Well, you might catch a disease or something. See, but the Lord already thought these things through. Okay, the Lord already knows about these things, man. All right. See? But Leviticus 11:6, in the hair, because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you. All right? In the hair, okay, is this, like a rabbit. It's kind of like a rabbit. All right? It says, in the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, because a pig's foot, right? Because it's a pig, because there's something wrong with Jake, man. Jake love eating pig, eating that pork. All right? And Jake eat pig feet, man. But a pigs, I don't even like the way this look, man. But I'm showing it, for edification's sake, in case there's, anyone new listening in. All right? To go over it. All right, but you see, the pig's feet is cloven footed, okay? But a pig, but what it says, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you, all right? So the swine is off, all right? And you had brothers, in 2 Maccabees, the 7th chapter, and, other places, to where, we're forced to try to eat, swine, but they didn't. You see, so the swine, you can't. It's unlawful to eat pork. You ain't supposed to eat that. This is real, but real quick. This is the book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 18. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man and of a well-favored countenance, was constrained to open his mouth and eat swine's flesh. Swine, once again, is another word for pork. But he, choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with such an abomination, spit it forth and came of his own accord to the torment, as it behooved them to come that are resolute to stand out against such things, as are not lawful for love of life to be tasted. All right? So you ain't supposed to be eating no swine's flesh, man. All right? You ain't supposed to eat no pork. Verse 8, of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. They are unclean to you. All right, but however, there are certain animals that you can eat. Okay, you got clean land animals, like this is a picture. All right, and I got this off of the internet, but the thing is, make sure you understand this. All right, before you just look at a picture and say, okay, well, it says this, maybe I can eat it. Look it up yourself. All right. Well, you see, it says clean land animals on the left side and unclean land animals on the right side. You got, but what you can eat, you got antelope, bison, cattle, caribou, deer, elk, gazelle, giraffe, goat, hart, ibex, hart spelled H-A-R-T, ibex, moose, ox, reindeer, sheep. All right, lamb. You can eat, mutton chops and things. Okay. You can eat these different things, man. All right. Verse 8 says, of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. Right. And the thing is, this devil, this so-called white man, is so wicked that he puts, he'll put these different, he'll put, because we're not supposed to touch their carcass, right? A carcass, let's look it up. Let's look at what a carcass is. Strong's H5038, Nabalah, says carcass, a corpse, right? After something has died and their body remains, their soul left and their body remains, that's a corpse, a carcass. Okay, you're not supposed to touch their carcass, but this so-called white man, for example, a pig, here you have, he'll for example, you have a boar, right, which is a certain type of pig. All right, but the so-called white man is so wicked, all right, where he'll take that, he'll take a boar's hair and put it in a brush or something, or a certain, or certain things have pork in them, or even when we go into restaurants and things, sometimes certain foods will be cooked in pig grease or something, or grease that cooked pork. So this place is wicked, man. It's just, we have to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. See, to the best of our ability. All right. So I'm pretty sure you can control not eating a damn rabbit or rock badger or swine or a camel. These things, you can abide by this, man. All right, verse 9. All right, so those are the land animals. All right, that we it says whatsoever part of the hoof is cloven footed and chewed with the cud, those things we can eat. All right, and it tells you certain things you can't eat. Right, regarding the land animals. Right, verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever has. And by the way, has to have it has regarding land animals, it has to be cloven footed and chew the cud. All right. But verse 9 it says, "These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales." See, these things has to have both, not just one and without the other. No, it says, "Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses an abomination. Whatsoever hath no fins nor scales in the waters, that shall be an abomination unto you." All right, so it has to have fins and scales, man. All right, so that right there, cuts out what? Crab. All right, some of the delicacies. So like not let me not say delicacies, but some of the foods, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Americans like to eat, like lobster. They think that's Jake will think that's a fine dining. Eating some lobster. Lobster tail. Or crabs. Jake will eat the crab legs. So again, my phone wants to act up. All right, but crab legs, see, or shrimp. You ain't supposed to be eating that. But what would Jake order? A shrimp cocktail. And see, once again, the devil is the so-called white man is so wicked, because you ain't supposed to be here. You can't eat a crab, but he'll make a crab seasoning that you put on your food, man. That's abominable. You ain't supposed to eat that. Okay. See, a shrimp cocktail. And you a lot of so-called black women, not only so-called black women, but the so-called Hispanic women, Latina women, Native American, they want you to take them out and like eating this shit, they like eating this dirty ass stuff, man. All right, you can't tell them otherwise, See this one woman crack a live crab open, she gonna eat it. All right, and it was an Israelite woman. You see, so our people is gone, man. All right, but I'll call all praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah for waking us up. All right, and we don't have to eat this, But we're supposed to be eating things with fins and scales. What has fins and scales in the waters we can eat, See, and you have certain things, that you can eat, like salmon is a fish, all right? Fish with fins and scales, man, all right? Don't overthink it. But see, you can't eat things like catfish. Because look, somebody said, well, a catfish has fins, but don't got scales. See? It doesn't have scales on it, man. Look at this. It just don't have no scales. See? Can't eat it. So, we have direction. Now, Leviticus 11 and 13, it says, "And these are they which ye shall have an abomination among the fowls." And now fowls, all right? Shalakia. Fowls, you look it up. Strong's H5775, the Hebrew word is iwap. And it says flying creatures, fowl, insects, birds. So fowls here that we're reading about is talking about a bird, these different birds, all right? It says, and these are they which ye shall have an abomination among the fowls. They shall not be eaten. They are an abomination. The eagle and the ossifrage and the osprey. You can look these different things up. All right, these different birds. It says in the vulture. You ain't supposed to eat no vulture, man. Come on now. And the kite after his kind. And when it says kind, it's talking about a type. All right, the different types. Because you have, different type. It says after his kind. Strong's H 4327. The Hebrew word here is mayan. Kind, sometimes a species usually of animals. All right. But look, it says even every raven after his kind, because you have different kinds of these animals. Like for example, different. Yes, like you have different types of these different birds. Different types of ravens, right? You got the common raven, Australian raven, little raven. Some of these animals will look different, you see. But Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, you already thought of these things, And Jake would cut corners, Say, well, don't say we can't eat this type. Nah, man, you ain't supposed to eat none of this stuff. All right. But it says, and the owl and the nighthawk and the cuckoo and the hawk after his kind and the little owl and the cormorant and the great owl. So like it says, in the swan and the pelican and the gear eagle and the stork, the heron after her kind and the lapwing and the bat. Okay, and back in 2020 they were talking about a bat. You ain't supposed to eat no bat. All right, so you ain't supposed to eat that. All right, these different birds here. Okay. Verse 20, all fowls that creep, going upon all four, shall be an abomination unto you. All right, and these fowls that's being talked about here are insects. Okay, it says all fowls that creep. All right, now we look at this word creep, just further proven right here, it's talking about insects. All right, creep, Strong's H8318, Sharatazah, and it says teeming or swarming things, creepers, swarmers of insects. All right, then it's going to go into it. All right, you ain't supposed to be eating insects, period, and it's going to tell you later on in the chapter. All right, but it says of insects. All right, and then also just to help you understand creep, a little further, on the Etymology Online Dictionary, you type in the word creep. It says Old English Crayon pen, and here it says to move the body near or along the ground as a reptile or insect does. Okay, because not only an insect creeps, but just showing you, regarding to the word creep, to move the body near or along the ground as a reptile or insect does, like in that writhing type of manner, creeping, like an insect would, But and by the way, chicken is a lawful animal, man. Because people be trying to say chicken is not a lawful animal. Chickens don't creep. Okay, chickens, and it says all fowls that creep going upon all four. All right, and chickens, and that upon all four is talking about with for all four legs, not toes. Okay, and chickens have two. Chickens have two legs. All right. All right, it doesn't say anything about a chicken up here. Okay, you can eat a chicken. All right. It says all fowls that creep going upon all fours, and these fowls are flying, are flying insects. All right. It says shall be an abomination unto you. It says yet these may ye eat of every flying, creeping thing that goeth upon all four, of every flying, creeping animal, or every flying, creeping insect that goeth upon all four, which have legs above their feet to leap withal upon the earth. And legs above their feet, all right, it's talking about, legs like locust. See? That's legs above their feet. All right? And it's going to tell you about a locust in a second. Leviticus 11:22. Even of these of them ye may eat the locust after his kind. See? You can eat a locust. And the bald locust after his kind. So these different types of locusts after his. So you can eat different types of locusts, believe it or not. See, so there are things that you can eat. All right? You got the migratory locust, the desert locust, all right, red locust, etc. You got all different types of locusts. Okay. It says, and the bald locust after his kind, the beetle after his kind. So you can eat a beetle, all right. You can actually eat a beetle, all right. You can actually eat it. It's in the scriptures. We can eat it, so we can eat it. All right, it says in the grasshopper after his kind. After his kind meaning his type. So we can eat different types of beetles, different type of locusts, different type of bald locusts. Different type of grasshoppers. All right, verse 23. But of all other flying, creeping things which have 4 feet shall be an abomination unto you. All right. Now, verse 24. And for these you shall be unclean. Whosoever touches the carcass of them shall be unclean until the even. Right. If you touch that dead insect, you're unclean. You touch one of the dead insect, man, you unclean. All right. You kill something. You kill an insect. Just try to, if you got to throw it away, just try to get a paper towel or something like that. Right. Verse 25. And whosoever beareth, but if you pick it up with your hands and things, you're apparently unclean. You're right. You're unclean. So verse 25, and whosoever beareth aught of the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. The carcasses of every beast which divideth the hoof and is not cloven footed. All right. Verse 25. It's pretty straightforward. Whosoever beareth aught of the carcass of them shall wash the clothes and be unclean until the even. The carcasses of every beast which divideth the hoof and is not cloven footed nor cheweth the cud are unclean unto you. Every one that toucheth them shall be unclean. And I was just thinking, about what some damn scoffer might try to say, or even somebody who doesn't know. But I was just thinking about different things they might try to say. Different little stupid things. A scoffer may try to say. For example, they say, "What about a monkey? Can you eat a monkey?" Well, because when you read in the chapter, it was about to go into about paws and other insects, etc. All right. And there's certain things it doesn't classify. It doesn't point out specifically. All right. But you have to you have to compare and contrast. Okay. A monkey is a land animal. And it said, we're only supposed to eat what is cloven footed and choose the cut among the land animals. So there's no cutting corners, But verse 28, and there's people out there that do eat monkeys. I saw someone with a gorilla head in a bowl, And these different heathen nations, they eat these abominable things, man. We're not supposed to be like them. We're different than the heathens, man. All right, but Leviticus 11 and 28, and he that beareth the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. They are unclean unto you. All right. So Slaki, I jumped ahead. Leviticus 11 and 26, the carcasses of every beast which divideth the hoof, it is not cloven footed nor cheweth the cud, as it told us in the beginning of the chapter, are unclean unto you. Right. Everyone that toucheth them shall be unclean. So those beasts that aren't cloven footed and don't chew the cud, all right, they're unclean unto us, man. Okay. You touch their dead body, you're unclean. All right. Verse 27, and whatsoever goeth upon his paws among all manner of beasts that go on all 4, those are unclean unto you. Whoso toucheth their carcass shall be unclean until the even. You see? And the paws, is like what? For example, like a dog, a cat, a bear. All right. The hell did I just type in? You see, like a dog, they got paws. See, a cat has its paws. All right. A bear has paws, and that's the thing. I'm gonna show something in a minute. See, a bear has paws and stuff. You see? Let me get this real quick. because a brother had just posted this up, and it really made me want to, even furthermore do this lesson. But it says, South Dakota family gets actual brainworms after eating this. And it says, members of an extended family not pictured above, so not them right there. In the picture, it says, gathered last month in South Dakota for a much anticipated family reunion. But disaster struck when 6 of them came down with trichinosis, if I'm saying that right. It says, according to the CDC, the Dakota family gathering went south after 6 relatives came down with worms. The unnamed family members hailed from Arizona and Minnesota, in addition to South Dakota itself. And one specific thing they ate at the gathering is thought to be the cause: undercooked bear meat. Yes, we said bear. See? Undercooked bear meat. Alright? You're not supposed to see, I don't know if they're Israelites or not. Alright? But you see? First, this off is undercooked. I mean, the scriptures say you're not supposed to eat anything with any manner of blood. Bear with 1 second. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 3, verse 17. It shall be a perpetual statute for your generation throughout all your dwellings, that ye eat neither fat nor blood. So we're not supposed to eat the fat of anything nor the blood of anything. So see, when people go to these restaurants, all right, and they type in Shalaki and they order, for example, right, the so-called white man does this a lot, medium rare. Okay, this still got the blood in it. When you brothers and sisters go out to eat, man, all right, if you do go out to eat, you get some meat, some lawful meat, man, which you should only be eating lawful meat. Order it well done. I make sure I say that, all right, when if I go out to eat with brothers or something, I don't like pink meat, all right. Get it well done, okay. Get it well done, But but the so-called white man, he'll eat it with the blood. See, he'll eat it rare or medium rare, and then they'll make fun of you. Get it well done, calling it leather. That's a trait of the so-called white man. Genesis 25 talks about that. Genesis 25 talks about how Esau, I'll just get the quick precept. Genesis 25 and 30 says, and Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. Okay, because Jacob had, was cooking pottage, all right, and it said red pottage, which has meat in it. Okay, and it said red because it wasn't cooked all the way, and that's what and Esau is the forefather of so-called white people. All right, you Caucasians, all right. Esau is the forefather of the so-called white man. All right, so and they like meat that's not done. Okay, they like it with the blood in it still. This is a characteristic they have. All right, but back in Leviticus 11, you see, so that family, they ate bear meat. I don't know what the Israelites, but see, these laws, statutes, and commandments, man, they protect you from a lot of things. Okay, see, if they were Israelites and they didn't, if they were Israelites and they, and they had known this, then they wouldn't, and had followed it, then they wouldn't have had that. Now they got what? They got brainworms. See? So it says, and whatsoever goeth upon his paws among all manner of beasts that go on all four, those are unclean unto you. You ain't supposed to eat it. Whosoever toucheth their carcass shall be unclean until the even. All right? So we're not to eat, things with paws, like dogs, cats, bears, lions. Certain people eating lion meat out here. These heathens do this, man. See, the heathen nations, man, they eat all these type of abominable things. You know, let me just try to see if I can pull something up real quick, maybe. All right. So, like, I had searched up something. You know, like Moab, stay eating this nasty stuff, man. Moabites, stay doing this. All right. I know my screen is, sideways. Slovakia. Let me just pick one. Like this. Oh, that's a sheep's head. Slovakia. They might just be eating sheep there, but see? With Moab, man, they stay eating this, you see? Look at this, man. This is abominable. See? These heathens, they're not gonna be doing that in the kingdom. Alright, but Leviticus 11:28. And he that beareth the carcass of them shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. Alright. Verse 29. These also shall be unclean unto you among the creeping thing. And by the way, Salaki, just making it furthering, the point of what I'm saying about the paws and everything. Look, don't eat no Chinese food, man. If I do ever get Chinese food, it's strictly broccoli and rice, if anything, But don't be eating no damn Chinese food, none of that mystery meat they have in there. You be eating Garfield, who else? Clifford the big red dog, Moab, man, they just sell anything to our people. Our people love it. I never understood Jake going to them Chinese stores and they got the Jake standing in there and the Chinese store just as dirty as can be. The windows all foggy, all dirty. People's handprints all on it, man. It's just ugh. See, these Chinese people, man, they love eating this. So I know you can't really see this because my screen is tilted, but see this? Okay, it's a dog, man. He ain't supposed to be eating that, man. But either way, Leviticus 11:29. These also shall be unclean unto you. And yeah, no cats neither. These also, verse 29, these also shall be unclean to you among the creeping things that creep upon the earth. The weasel and the mouse. See, and the creeping things here aren't insects. All right. But these we can't eat as well. And, the different types that these have. Okay. Once again, a creeping thing is something, I'm going to get it again. Creep, it says to move the body near or along the ground as a reptile or insect does. See? So it doesn't have to be exactly an insect or a reptile. It just creeps. It moves, along the ground like those things. Okay? It doesn't have to exactly be an insect or a reptile. But it says, these also shall be unclean to you among the creeping things that creep upon the earth. The weasel and the mouse and the tortoise after his kind. See, in their types, the weasel, you ain't supposed to be eating no damn mice. You dumbass, these nasty jakes. Remember seeing, tearing off mouse heads and eating them, man. This is the tortoise after his kind. Right, the different types of tortoise and everything. You can't eat no turtle neither. All right, this is in the ferret and the chameleon and the lizard. You shouldn't be eating these things, man. And the snail and the mole. These are unclean to you among all that creep. Whosoever doth touch them when they be dead shall be unclean till the even. And you don't touch them when they dead neither. Verse 32. Now, verse 32 on down, to verse Slovakia. To verse 38. It pretty much just goes into, if one of these animals, dead animals fall and touch these different things, the procedure you're supposed to take with that, the things you're supposed to do with that. All right, if that was to happen. All right. But look, I'm going to just jump down. Leviticus 11 and 39. And if any beast of which ye may eat die, he that toucheth the carcass thereof shall be unclean until the even. So it says of which ye may eat. So the lawful, animals that we can eat. All right. If it dies of itself, all right, you touch its dead body, you're going to be unclean until sundown. All right. So you ain't supposed to touch that. Verse 40, he that eateth of the carcass of it shall wash his clothes and be. So you ain't supposed to, the animals, that even we can eat, you ain't supposed to, that dies of itself. If it dies of itself, you can't eat that. Of the lawful animals we can eat, if it dies of itself, you're not supposed to eat it. All right. But it says, and he that eateth of the carcass of it shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. He also that beareth the carcass of it shall wash his clothes and be unclean until the even. See? Now, verse 41. And every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth shall be an abomination. It shall not be eaten. See, you once again, you can't cut the corners, man. You can't. Okay? So this includes insects, because before it said, fowls that creep, talking about flying insects, right? But here it just says creeping things. So see, this goes for insects and other, creeping things, that we're not to be eaten. All right. It says, and every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth shall be an abomination. It shall not be eaten. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, see, for example, a snake, a eel, a worm, etc. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all four, for example, once again, like a lion, tiger, bear, cat, dog, etc. Can't eat that as well. All right. Or whatsoever hath more feet among all creeping things that creep upon the earth. Right. So once again, with them insects, you can't eat ants, butterflies. Well, you can't eat, things that have lots of insects with lots of feet. You ain't supposed to be eating them other insects as well, man. You already saw the insects that you could eat, all right, and their types, but you ain't supposed to be. It says, or whatsoever hath more feet among all creeping things that creep on the earth, right? So no ants, centipedes, spiders. You ain't supposed to be eating that. It says, them ye shall not eat, for they are an abomination. So see, you can't cut corners. See, because someone would have possibly read the earlier verses and have it read down in here, and probably would have said, well, see, does it say we can't eat this, that, and the third? You can't eat these things, man. There ain't no cutting corners. All right. And if you do these things that it says that the law says you can't do, it's sin. 1 John chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. So sin is when you break the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. Let's look at this word transgression or transgression. Transgresseth, poieo.
Strong's G 4160. Poieo. Poieo.
And it says, why does it say this? It says transgresseth. Let me get the other one. It says transgression of the law. Right. The condition without law. Because of violating it. Going against the law, statutes, and commandments. Okay. And you had this show that a lot of these jakes went on, used to go back in the day. It's called Fear Factor. And they would make you eat bugs, and if you didn't, you would you would have to leave, because it was like whoever stayed the longest, But see, like this, you ain't supposed to be eating this. This is a what? Caterpillar. This goes upon its belly, like a worm. They would make our people eat these things, man. You see? So-called black woman went on here, and this used to be a show that came on a lot. All right, but that's going off. You see? They like using Jake for entertainment. All right. See, when we get the kingdom of heaven, when us Israelites get back in power, we're gonna have you heathen nations as entertainment. Okay, we're gonna rule over you in righteousness. We ain't gonna have you eating unlawful foods. All right, but we are gonna, do what we can in righteousness. Best believe it. Leviticus 11:43. Ye shall not make yourselves abominable with any creeping thing that creepeth, neither shall ye make yourselves unclean with them, that ye shall be defiled thereby. It says, for I am Yahweh your power. Ye shall therefore sanctify yourselves, and ye shall be holy, for I am holy. Neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. Verse 45 says, for I am Yahweh that bringeth you up out of the land of Egypt, right? The heavenly Father, Yahweh, all right? Brought us out of the land of Egypt, man, all right? Call Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Says, for I am Yahweh that bringeth you up out of the land of Egypt to be your power. Because God in the Hebrew goes back to the Hebrew word Allah, which means spelled Ahla in English, and it means power. All right? God means power. It says to be your power. Ye shall therefore be holy, for I am holy. It says, verse 46, this is the law of the beasts and of the fowl and of every living creature that moveth in the waters and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth. You see? See, so this is the law of the beasts, So once again, back to that thing, monkeys, you can't eat it. It told you, what you can eat, People out here, man, do some crazy things. But see, these heathen nations need to be ruled over. All right? And Israel's going to be ruling the whole world under Yahweh Shai, and the elect. Okay? The law, statutes, and commandments are going to go forth. And our people are going to be righteous in the kingdom of heaven. They're not going to be eating all the abominable things, you see? Because now another delicacy, or so-called delicacy that our people like to eat is calamari, which is a squid, man. Who the hell wants to eat a squid? Ugh. They like to eat fried calamari. They even sell it. Look at this. It's in Target. Pick it up now. All right? Look at this. This is disgusting, man. Our people love to eat this. The so-called black woman loves to eat this, And one of her box smells like something that done died. And this is the thing that done died, man. But it says, this is the law of the beasts and of the fowl and of every living creature that moveth in the waters and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth. Verse 47, to make a difference between the unclean and the clean, and between the beasts that may be eaten and the beasts that may not be eaten. All right. So this is the dietary law. We could keep these things, man. All right. So, just going over it. So with that, I want to give all the praises, honor, and glory to whom rightfully belongs. All right, which is Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles, all right, and the elders. Great millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Peace, which in Hebrew is Shalom. So Shalom to the elect.